urgent! Chiefs Kingdom fan! Look at what just happened! Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we bring you daily videos with the latest Chiefs Kingdom news. And don't forget to turn on notifications, so you don't miss anything. Chiefs' interest in QB Gardner Minshew began before 2019. NFL Draft Kansas City's new veteran backup quarterback has a good understanding of how to support the face of the league. The Kansas City Chiefs will have a new veteran backup quarterback for superstar Patrick Mahomes this season, after agreeing to terms with well-traveled veteran Gardner Minshew, who spent last season with the Las Vegas Raiders. When Minshew met with local reporters on Thursday, he revealed that his pairing with the Chiefs has been a long time in the making. It goes back to a visit to Kansas City before the 2019 NFL Draft when he first met head coach Andy Reid. From the end of our season when it seemed like I was going to get cut, Minshew explained, I knew in my head that this is where I wanted to be. I took a pre-draft visit with the Chiefs back in the day before coming into the league. I feel like everything went really well just talking to Coach Reid and understanding what they're all about. I always knew that Kansas City would be a really good fit. Minshew confirmed that this time around, Reid played a major role in recruiting him. To get on the phone with Coach Reid, he remarked, and get to hear what they're talking about and also to hear how he sees me fitting and how he values my personality and what I bring to the table. That just fires me up so much. To be somewhere that you feel appreciated and valued, obviously by somebody you respect so much and has had so much success doing it. In Minshew's first career game in 2019 with the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Chiefs, in fact, he entered the game as an injury replacement. Since collecting 275 passing yards and 2 touchdowns in his debut, he has started 46 games for 4 different organizations. While he understands his role in Kansas City will undoubtedly be a support role for superstar Patrick Mahomes, Minshew believes he can learn from both the head coach and the starting quarterback. I'm super fired up to be part of just a winning organization and winning culture, he declared. I feel like I have so much to learn from how Coach Reid and everybody operates and how Pat operates, and I'm just looking forward to helping in any way I can. If there's any way I can help this team, whether it's on the scout team, whether it's helping Pat in meetings, whether it's just bringing good energy to practice, I look forward to just doing whatever I can to contribute and help this team win. Backup. Quarterback can mean different things to different teams with different situations surrounding their passer. Minshew is ready for all of it. He'll tell you, he noted, being a starting quarterback in the NFL is a hard deal, especially with all the expectations about everything that gets put on a guy like that. So sometimes it's about having a safe place in the quarterback room where you can come and let off some steam or just have a good laugh. That little stuff is very important for getting through weeks and getting through years. I look forward to just being able to work with him and help in any way I can, whether it's on the practice field, in the meeting room, or getting ready for game days. If there's film preparation I can help with, or even providing a good laugh here or there, I just couldn't be more grateful for the role. Although no one wants to see Minshew forced onto the field for the Chiefs, contingency plans matter. If he must play, Minshew believes the similarities between his college offenses at Washington State and Mahomes at Texas Tech will serve him well. That was another big reason I chose to come to Kansas City, Minshew recalled. I've always been a huge fan of coaches' offenses. I've always felt that was something that I could do well in. I feel like Pat came up playing in the air raid. It was something I did in college as well. I feel like that kind of play style of just understanding and feeling space and understanding leverage in numbers really serves you well in the system. Pausing this news, just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Chiefs Kingdom news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Kansas City Chiefs secure key rotational defensive piece for 2025. The Kansas City Chiefs entered Thursday night with 5 edge rushers, defensive ends under contract. Outside of their 2 starters, George Karlaftis and Mike Dana, their depth is relatively weak, young, and inexperienced. The Chiefs' 3 backup edge rushers have combined for 61 games and 4 starts, which is not ideal if one of their starters were to get injured. Kansas City Chiefs secure key rotational defensive piece for 2025, according to Adam Schefter of ESPN late Thursday night. The Chiefs resigned Charles Omenihu to a 1-year deal worth up to $7 million. Omenihu enters his third year with Kansas City and seventh year overall in the NFL. He has been a reliable contributor for the Chiefs when he plays, recording 34 tackles, 5 TFLs, 12 QB hits, 8 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles in 17 regular season games and 2 starts. He also has 12 tackles, 3 TFLs, 2 QB hits, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in 6 playoff games. He missed most of 2024 with an injury from the previous season. Charles Omenihu missed the first 11 games of 2024 to recover from an ACL tear sustained during the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens. Since he played a career-low 6 games, Omenihu posted career lows in tackles, TFLs, and QB hits. He recorded 6 tackles, 0 TFLs, 1 QB hit, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble in the regular season, along with 9 tackles, 3 TFLs, 1 QB hit, 1 sack, and 1 forced fumble in the playoffs. Also, red trending the Kansas City Chiefs. 6-year veteran revealed an encouraging injury update. Here's a look at the Kansas City Chiefs edge rusher depth: George Karlaftis Mike, Dana Charles Omenihu Felix, Anudiki Uzomah Malik, Herring BJ Thompson Andy Reid at 67, the mastermind behind the Kansas City Chiefs' success. How Andy Reid transformed the Kansas City Chiefs with offensive innovation and championship culture: secrets to success. Revealed, Andrew Walter Reid was born in Los Angeles, CA, on March 19, 1958. At 67, Reid has solidified his place as the NFL's most enduring innovator, an age at which most coaches of his caliber would have traded their clipboard for retirement. Having over 270 career wins cemented his place as 4th all-time among NFL head coaches. Despite experience, one would have expected declination, but his acumen has only gotten sharpened with age. Reid, approaching 7 decades of life, raised a thought-provoking question. What makes him the NFL's most innovative coach? Evolution of Andy Reid's coaching philosophy. With the Chiefs, Reid started his coaching journey under Mike Holmgren's training in Green Bay, possibly where he absorbed the West Coast offense initiated by Bill Walsh. This philosophy would become the basis upon which he would build his legacy, but like any great coach who has done it, he chose not to be resisted by tradition. Brett Favre, while holding a weekly radio show, and Andy Reid happened to be one of his guests. The current Chiefs head coach was his former coach at Green Bay Packers from around 1997-199-98. I could not have had a better coach than Andy, Favre said. That guy was tremendous. We didn't really meet that long, not as long as the tight ends, but it was productive. I really enjoyed and learned a lot from Andy. He would just give me one thing before games, Favre said. I would ask, what if the defense does this? He said. Don't worry about that. Percentages are they're not going to do that. Just worry about this and what you'll do when they line up like this. What are your checks? Where are you going with the ball? When you teach it that way, it's so much easier for a kid to understand. In 1999, he took over the charge of the Philadelphia Eagles. In his 14 seasons at the Eagles, he transformed a struggling and average franchise into a seasonal contender, reaching 5 NFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl. The team characterized by an offensive approach and strategic flexibility. Offensive innovations. The offensive genius of Andy Reid peaked with the Kansas City Chiefs, where he combined the traditional West Coast principle with the modern spread concept. One may say his most significant innovation lies in his creative personnel use. He kept Travis Kelce as a tight end at the same time, a receiver who could line up anywhere on the field, making Kelce rewrite the record book for tight ends, the best and first at his position to record 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. Tyreek Hill, during his time with Reid, also displays his ability to make the best use of unique talent. Hill's speed became a weapon on deep routes and in-motion concepts that simultaneously stressed defenses horizontally and vertically. The great coaches renounced for creativity and complexity talk of his corn dog. The formation has 3 running backs in the backfield and the Rose Bowl right parade. The innovative approach that secures Super Bowl live, they aren't just a trick, it is a tactical designed concept that exploits defensive tendencies. Although Reid initially faced criticism for his clock management skills early in his career, he has since developed into one of the top strategic minds in the game. The Chiefs pulled a fantastic comeback against the Buffalo Bills in the 2022 AFC divisional round. They tied the game with just 13 seconds left on the clock, which showcases Andy Reid's fantastic ability to manage the game under pressure. It was one of the unforgettable moments. The leadership and mentorship behind his success in building a player-first culture. Reed's impact goes beyond X's and O's, centering on genuine relationships. His leadership has created a culture where individuals feel valued and empowered. Patrick Mahomes, the heart and soul of the Chiefs' reign, has credited Coach Reed's guidance with a big part of his growth on several occasions. Reed's focus on putting players first goes well beyond just the big names on the team. He's built a strong reputation for turning role players into essential parts of the squad. For instance, Michael Hardman, who scored the touchdown that secured the Chiefs' Super Bowl LVII win, has publicly expressed his gratitude to Reed for believing in him when others didn't. Andy Reid's impact on the NFL and the Chiefs remains significant as he nears his 70s. With 3 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, he has solidified his status as one of the all-time great legends, like Lombardi and Walsh. Reed's influence is far beyond championships. He has since redefined offensive football and is still shaping a new generation of coaches. His distinct approach of balancing tradition with innovation and discipline with creativity serves as a model for leadership. As the 2025 season nears, the league's oldest active head coach after Pete Carroll is still thriving. His ongoing partnership with old and new players keeps the Chiefs in contention, and every play call showcases his growing influence. As long as Reed is on the sidelines, the Chiefs remain an exciting team to watch. According to Pro Football Focus, the Kansas City Chiefs standout could be traded to these 5 teams this offseason. Kansas City Chiefs standout cornerback Jaylen Watson could be a reliable trade asset for this upcoming NFL draft next month. According to Pro Football Focus, the source names Watson as a potential trade candidate this offseason as the Chiefs made some moves in their secondary department. After signing cornerback Christian Fulton, it might not leave a bright future for Watson, who was coming off a leg injury last year despite being a standout coverman with a 71. 6 PFF coverage grade. However, the team has yet to find a reliable replacement since last offseason, trading away L'Jarius Sneed after not having the financial liberty to give him the deal he wanted. Trent McDuffie was the best cornerback on this secondary unit that stepped up for the Chiefs to fill his shoes. Other cornerbacks such as Shamari Connor, Joshua Williams, Nazeeh Johnson, and Watson will become free agents next offseason, which means one of them will probably be on the trade block. PFF believes Watson has more upside than the other 3, after having a promising 2024 campaign despite the absence of Sneed. Originally selected in the 7th round of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington State product has a lot of potential if he can stay healthy, but the Chiefs wouldn't lose anything if they trade him. The team would be better off establishing McDuffie in this secondary unit and giving him an extension since he's been able to stay healthy. Before Watson potentially suffers another injury, the Chiefs should probably ship him off to these 5 teams since they have a deep cornerback room. PFF Chiefs standout Jaylen Watson named Best Trade Asset 5 possible next team's potential trade. Destination's New Orleans Saints, the Kansas City Chiefs would probably want to send one of their talent to the NFC rather than their own conference. Last offseason, the Saints sent Marshawn Lattimore in a trade, and after losing Paulson Adebo this offseason, the team needs a cornerback in the worst way. Kool-Aid McKinstry has a lot of upside in this secondary unit, but he can't do it alone, and Jaylen Watson could easily start for the Saints. Dallas Cowboys. It's been an interesting offseason for the Dallas Cowboys, especially after trading for Kaiir Elam. However, they did this after losing Jordan Lewis to the Jaguars, but this may speculate what may happen with Trevon Diggs' future since he hasn't been able to stay healthy. Jaylen Watson might not start, but it gives the cornerback unit some competition to see who could pair a tandem with Deron Bland. Washington Commanders last year, the team brought in Marshawn Lattimore, but there has been no discussion of bringing him back. Jonathan Jones signing with the Commanders won't help them get back in the NFC Championship, so they need a replacement for Lattimore. Jones is on a 1-year, while there aren't any proven cornerbacks on this roster, so the team trading for Watson would immediately bolster this unit. Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens had one of the worst pass secondaries last year. Brandon Stevens left for a new opportunity, which leaves Marlon Humphrey as the only capable cornerback, but as he's aging, they need a replacement soon. Nate Wiggins is still developing, so the team trading for Watson would be a major upgrade for this entire unit. Carolina Panthers. The 2024 offseason was all about rebuilding the foundation for quarterback Bryce Young. Now, the team has finally been making improvements to solidify its pass defense, resigning Mike Jackson and J.C. Horn to new deals. Jackson has a bright future, but he could use some depth behind him, and Watson is a proven cornerback to do it. And now, Chiefs fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Chiefs. I'll be back any moment with more Chiefs Kingdom news.